The regular season is over. Welcome to the first round of the playoffs. NASCOM Online is on the air live from Darlington. Going to pass up in the booth with my partner in crime, Mr. Kevin Cunyu. Kevin, you've been partying here all week. Your thoughts about coming to the track Too Tough to Tame?
Well, it's exactly that. As I was just saying, whoa, hold on, we're having a technical issue here. Oh, that's just all
Okay,
the cars disappearing
they're
from the
going into
track.
qualifying.
Right, okay. So I've been running it all week, and my gosh, I think I haven't been in a race where the more than 1/3 of the field is left standing.
And that's because this track, the surface itself is likened to sandpaper. It just destroys tires. As qualifying underway right now, Kevin O'Brien, the first brave soul to pull the trigger, as he's on his outlap right now. We are in the round of 16, and a couple of names missing. We got Derek Paulson in the house. We've got Sam Baumgartner in the house, your regular season champion. Kevin O'Brien in the house. Boot Baker in the house. Nick Okie. I got yelled at for that last week. Nick Okie in the house. Jason Anderson in the house. Doug Thompson in the house. Actually, I take that back. Anderson not part of the Sweet 16. Doug Thompson is. Dalton Kilroy is. Tex Perry is. Brian McCrae is. And Tim Bills is, along with Mark Arthur. Kevin Paskowicz not able to make the call tonight as Kevin O'Brien sets provisional pole 29-7. One and done all night tonight. And some of these guys are running some throwback schemes. So something to keep in mind as...
That's always a fun thing to see.
Oh, absolutely. I saw the paint scheme on Okie's car. It's a tribute to Terry Labonte. And Mark Arthur running, let me make sure I get this right. All right. So Mark Arthur running very native throwback scheme. So keep an eye out for him tonight. As Kilroy goes second quick. Sam Baumgarten in the Dr. Squatch number 53 goes to the point. Derek Polson third quick. So still waiting on the next group of brave souls. That looked like it could have been ugly. There's Jason Powell going for a ride coming through one as he goes third quick. Brian McCrae rolling right now. As, this track, originally when it was designed, if you see that dotted line all the way around the track was originally thought to be inside there, and then they were going to use the banking for overrun, but guys figured out during the first practice session, as soon as the track opened, that if you run up on the banking, you can go a hell of a lot faster. So that's where everybody started running, which is why it's kind of so narrow up there.
Yeah, it's really interesting, when you think about that. The engineers versus the race car drivers, But the other thing really about this is it's deceptive, it looks like a simple oval, but the way that turn 3 and 4 pinch, you come up to that safer barrier in a scary way, especially when you get into turbulent air behind the car in front of you.
As Derek Paulson goes sixth quick and then earns his Darlington stripe on his cool-down lap. And this just in, Paulson is going to be going to the tail end of the field for missing practice. So something to be mindful of. As Tim Bills jumps up to second quick, Dalton Kilroy currently sitting third quick, Jason Powell fourth, McRae fifth. Paulson puts in a 6 quick qualifying time going to the tail end of the field. Kevin O'Brien qualified seventh, Jason Anderson eighth, Doug Thompson ninth, and Nick Okier rounding out your top 10 with Bentley Glazier, Tex Perry, Hoot Baker, and Mark Arthur left to put in times, and got about 5 minutes left in qualifying. And I would like to point out that while we got some time left in qualifying, now would be a good time to go to our Teespring store, www.teespring.com/ESBN, Esports Broadcasting Network. And you can get your NASCOM online as presented by ESBN t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, face masks, hoodies, tank tops, anything you can really put your mind to. If there's something you want and you don't see it, let us know. Drop a comment below in the video here, and we will try to get it for you. So Mark Arthur doing a quick reset. He's got about 4 minutes left to get one done, as he just got back into the server.
Derek Polson ending his run with style there.
Well, he's basically just putzing around right now, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified for going backwards too far, as he's going to the tail end of the field anyways, just trying to figure out what the car is going to do, I believe. As 3.5 minutes left here, and we're waiting on Arthur to crank one off. Bentley Glazier still has to put in a time. Tex Perry and Hoot Baker normally don't put in qualifying times, and I don't blame either of them, especially at a track like this. You kind of want to see what's going on in front of you so you have a better chance to try to avoid the dumpster fire.
My best finish this week was doing exactly that. Starting at the back, avoiding the dumpster fires. I ended up 6 out of 8 cars alive.
Well, it's kind of inevitable. There's going to be a caution. So it really doesn't matter. As long as you stay on the lead lap at the start of the race, you'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing about this course is there really is only one good line. And what you were talking earlier about how, below the dotted line was the intended racing surface. But funny enough, if you try and get down there and use that, as a racing surface and go too wide around there, it gets dicey really quick.
The only cars I've ever raced around here that you can do that with are the Pro Mazdas. As a matter of fact, you can run all the way down next to that inside line or inside wall, going through the corners, and you'll be okay. And it's one of the wildest things the first time you do it. Like, wait, where you guys go? Come back. And do need to welcome our fans over on Facebook, joining us towards the tail end of qualifying. Theo Baumgarten, your regular season champion, currently sitting on provisional pole, waiting on a couple other drivers. Is Mark Arthur finally out on track? And that is a Jeremy Nadeau throwback Powerpuff Girls paint scheme. So ditching the My Little Pony ride tonight for Powerpuff, as Mark Arthur goes second quick. And not a real shocker at the front of this field. Baumgarten going pole. Mark Arthur sitting second quick. Tim Bills third quick. Dalton Kilroy fourth quick. Jason Powell, Brian McRae. I mean, you got the usual suspects in your top 5 right now. So not any real big shockers there, as doesn't look like Bentley Glazier going to put in a time. So
How much time do we have on the qualifying clock there left?
30 minutes, 30 seconds. So definitely not enough time to get a flyer in.
Well, why don't we show up the grid here then?
So we can do that. As we are in Darlington, this is the first round of the playoffs. So anybody that you see with parentheses 1-6 after their name, that is a member of the Sweet 16. As we are entering the first round of the playoffs here. Your regular season champion, Sam Baumgarten, is going to be joined with his teammate, Mark Arthur, in row number 1. Tim Bills, another playoff contender, is going to be joined with Dalton Kilroe, another playoff contender, in row number 2. And Jason Powell breaks up the playoff monotony as he goes 5th quick, and he's going to be joined with another playoff contender, Brian McRae. Derek Paulson, another playoff contender, is going to be joined with Kevin O'Brien, another playoff contender, in row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Jason Anderson going 9th quick, and he's joined with playoff contender Doug Thompson for row number 5. Row 6 is going to see playoff contender Nick Okier going 11th quick in the Terry Labonte Kellogg's Dr. Squatch tribute. So tribute to the Terry Labonte paint scheme in his Dr. Squatch colors, as he is now on the Dr. Squatch team. He's going to be joined with Bentley Glazier. Herman Reynolds not taking part in tonight's event. He's going to be sitting out. So that makes row number 7 of playoff contender Tex Perry and playoff contender Hoot Baker, who are both going to be starting shotgun on the field. Your final row tonight. 14 cars scheduled to roll off here. 100 laps the scheduled distance. As check my notes, we're going 45 lap 45, lap 90, and then a sprint to the end as we go 200 laps in total tonight. Round 1 of the playoffs. Looks like we've got everybody. Now, Darlington, 1.36 miles, high bank, one of the first super speedways. And this being Labor Day weekend, I know that there are a ton of NASCAR history buffs that are so glad that they finally returned Labor Day to its rightful place and the Southern 500. This race was an institution until NASCAR tried to. Anyways, Sam Baumgarten going to have the button as the field rolling off on the pace lap. And it looks like Baumgarten running a special paint scheme tonight in tribute to Tim Richmond and the Folgers ride that Tim made famous in the mid-'80s. So good on you, Sam. Love the paint scheme. As the field worked its way into the 3-4 complex, I'm going to say this for the 3rd time tonight. The only thing that's left to do is pull those belts tight one more time. Take a tear off if you got it. And Grandpa, pop a Viagra, because it's time to get it on at the track. Too tough to tame. As the field worked its way out of turn number 4, pace car is in. Baumgarten holds him down, and green flag is out, and we are underway for 200 laps at Darlington. Baumgarten and Arthur side by side. Tim Bills hanging with the Dr. Squatch team. As Jason Powell not getting the restart he was hoping for. Brian McRae gets by him. Powell under pressure right now from O'Brien. As
Mark Arthur is running away with it.
yes, he is. Mark Arthur gets a great run down the back straightaway to lead lap 1. Baumgarten falls in the line. Everybody getting single file. We've got Calamity already. Who is that? That's Paulson with his back bumper hanging off. And I believe Okie got a piece of that as well. And I'm seeing a little bit of damage on a couple of these cars towards the back. Finally getting it sorted out as they were doing 3 wide. You can't really do at Darlington, boys. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur showing the way up front. Sam Baumgarten sitting in second. Dalton Kilrow in third. Tim Bill as Kilrow and Bills. Kilrow has to chase it down the hill. That's going to let Bills have a run on the high side. Tim Bills up to third. Dalton Kilrow back to fourth. Brian McRae holds down a strong 5th position. As we've got a car slow, I believe that's Tex Perry. Tex Perry just dropped a couple of spots here. He had a run. As Doug Thompson gets into the wall down the back straightaway. That's going to lose a ton of momentum for the 13. And Jason Powell on the outside, kind of tiptoeing right now, as here comes Okie and here comes Paulson. Paulson got an apron, slides up, just barely missing Okie. I don't think Okie knew how close he just came to eating hot garbage there. Give the spot to Okie into the top 10. Paulson back to 10. No, sorry, Paulson back to 11th. Okie up to 10th. Back up front, Mark Arthur continues to show the way. He's got Baumgarten all over his back bumper right now. The regular season champion following the regular season number 2 in points. As Baumgarten looks to the inside, thinks better of it as they haul down the front straightaway. Tim Bill right there in tow, the 3 of them. Almost 2 seconds to the good over Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow struggling early on, and it looks like he may have pancaked the right side of that Dr. Squatch number 41. A little bit of a Darlington stripe on the rear fender as Bentley Glazer trying to reel him in. As Doug Thompson eats the wall again, and that's going to let Tex Perry get by. Perry on the inside is haul it off to turn number 1. Perry slides up, tags the wall, keeps his foot in it, and just like that, Tex Perry up into 7th. So far, everybody minding their P's and Q's. As Okie and Paulson seem to be struggling back in traffic a little bit. Running that number 10 spot as they're just slugging it out right now. No quarter asked for, no quarter given between those 2 playoff contenders. And that is one of our closest battles on the track. As I believe Paulson running a tribute scheme to the Kenny Bernstein racing team that Brett Bodine used to drive for. That's what it appears to be, yes. So tribute schemes all around tonight. As Tim Bills has to chase it down the hill up at the front of the field, loses a little bit of ground to Baumgarten, who sits in 2nd place. Arthur still shows the way as we are working lap 10, getting ready to start lap 11. Arthur, Baumgarten, Bills, Kilrow, Glazer, McRae, Perry, Thompson, Powell, Okie, Olson, O'Brien, Anderson, and Baker. Your running orders. 14 cars took the green, 14 cars still on the lead lap. And Nick Okie just completely annihilates the right side of that Dr. Squatch number 9. And he is going to go pit side to burn his fast repair. He is way off the pace. Okie not happy. And he's going to park it and Bo at pit side, he did a ton of damage as he just annihilated the turn 3 wall. And that is going to bring us back to the front of the field as throw a blanket over your top 3, Arthur, Baumgarten, and Bills, 3 playoff contenders, as they are 2.5 seconds to the good over 4th place Bentley Glazier in the 8th. Everybody just riding right now. And anybody want a cat? Really? No, seriously. Anybody want a cat? Free?
I can hear it. I can hear it. It looks like we've got a new commentator in here.
Yeah, she decided she wanted to jump in my lap and bite my fingers. As Arthur continues to show the way, Baumgarten and Bills in tow. Bills starting to slip back a little bit. Had to chase it down the hill coming off the 3. That's going to let your leaders, Arthur and Baumgarten, get some distance on them. As right now, those tires have got to be screaming for mercy as we are working lap 15 of 200.
It goes by so quick when you're out there. You're wondering how are you losing, so much so quickly.
Well, if you take a look at what these guys qualified at, 28.7s for Arthur and Baumgarten. That last lap, 29.7 for Arthur. So a full second is what the fall off is, as we are 1/3 of the way to the first stage end.
And now we have some separation between, what a few laps ago was a very tight pack.
Right, and right now your closest battle on track is between Doug Thompson in 8th and Derek Paulson in 9th. So Paulson having to start at the tail end of the field, already up into the top 10, running 9th, hunting down 8th position Doug Thompson. And let's stick with that battle for a minute. Paulson again in the Kenny Bernstein Racing tribute to the Quaker State Racing team that Bernstein used to own, as guys are flat getting it done right now, as looks like Dalton Kilroe has gotten by Bentley Glazier for 4th place, so good on you there, sir. Now he's going to try to reel in Tim Bills, who is 3 seconds up the road. And while we stepped away, Paulson was able to dive it down low and get by Doug Thompson. Sorry about missing that, folks. As Jason Powell, 8 different kinds of sideways coming off a 2. So those tires are just screaming for mercy right now as we are working lap 18, getting ready to start lap 19. Arthur, Baumgarten, Bills, Kilroe, Glazier, your top 5. Then you have McRae, Perry, Olson, Thompson, Powell, O'Brien, Baker, Anderson, and Okier. Anderson has gone pit side, and I believe that's the... hold on. That's Anderson going pit side again. So not the night he was hoping for. Driving the 66 that's the got the wrong transponder in that car. I think. Yes. So 66 on the door, he's got the 5 transponder in the car. But driving the iRacing TV number 66 tonight, the only Ford in the field, and Tex Perry the only Toyota in the field, as Mark Arthur with a 2.5-second lead over Sam Baumgarten now, as Baumgarten continues to just crank off laps, and you know these guys are going to as Baumgarten eats the wall off a 2.
Yeah, a number of guys are starting to eat the wall as they come around.
Well, with as many laps as they've got on those tires, the tires have got to be screaming. You're going to burn through tires quicker than you can burn through a tank of fuel. We're closing in on the halfway mark of the first stage. I would expect that we're going to see green flag pit stops relatively shortly here. And whoever's going to blink first, they're going to force the hand of everybody else on the lead lap. Solely because you can't give up 2 seconds a lap like they are right now. As these guys qualified 28.7, 28.8, low 29. Mark Arthur's last lap was a 30.25. So,
and as you were saying, that Powell just overtook Thompson.
So Doug Thompson's struggling here. He has completely pancaked the side of the Friday the 13th, number 13. Not the way he was hoping to start this playoff round. This is one of those tracks that it's a real driver's track. You've got to be up on the wheel and just laser focused every second of every lap. You relax for a second and the track too tough to tame will swallow you up.
It really is incredible. You really do get that feeling that, more so on this track than I've experienced on others. Oh, and Bentley Glazer hit the wall and really slowed himself down there as he's chasing behind Tim Bills.
As Bills does the same thing, and Bills way off pace. So a lot of damage on 37 right now as Glazer flashes by. Now Glazer is running another throwback paint scheme, and that's going to be tonight's trivia question. What paint scheme is Bentley Glazer driving? Who drove that car in the real world? And no, it was not number 8.
We got Tim Bills doing a green drop down to the pit lane.
So Bill's going to be the first one to blink. He's got a lot of damage on the right side of that number 37. So that's going to hand Brian McRae into the top 5. As Bill's guaranteed to go at least one lap down here. Boot Baker's been pit side in the 82 Virginia Tech Okimobile. As Mark Arthur continues to crank off robotic-like laps.
Derek Paulson's diving down.
So Paulson in the Dr. Squatch number 6. Going to be the next one of the contenders to take it pit side. So green flag pit stop starting, and we're going to be about 15 laps to go, roughly. Working lap 28. Sorry, lap 29 of 45 for the first stage. Arthur continuing to show the way. He's got a 3.5 second lead over his teammate Sam Baumgarten, who was your pole sitter and your regular season champion.
And now it's Brian McRae down in pit
Oh!
lane. Whoa, what?
Baumgarten just annihilates the turn 3 wall. And Kevin, I just wanted to just make sure that you are coming over on the broadcast.
Should be.
Okay, just making sure that I'm not the only one hearing you. As that is the 6 of Paulson coming out, we're about to see what fresh tires looks like, ladies and gentlemen. As Paulson on the fresh shoes, and Baumgarten wasting no time. He's taking it pit side, saying no mas. As Mark Arthur stays out for one more lap. Putting Kevin O'Brien a lap down. So that leaves us with 5 cars on the lead lap. And Derek Paulson flashing by the 00 Brian McRae. We're going to see what fresh tires looks like here momentarily as Paulson on his out lap. And I'm showing him at least, yep, there it is. 15 mile an hour difference for Paulson as he is reeling in Mark Arthur hand over fist right now.
those turns pinch you and bleed your speed so much that when you have fresh rubber on, you can really make a dent.
And Mark Arthur coming pit side. He's finally saying no mas as that's going to hand the lead of the race over. No, not yet. Kevin O'Brien, the only one that has, and Kevin O'Brien, Jason Powell, Hoot Baker, and Sam Baumgarten back on the lead lap. As O'Brien going to bring it pit side this time. No, you just moved out of the way because Hoot Baker is on fresh tires, and that's the speed difference that you have. As that is Baker and McRae slugging it out for the number 10 slot, the last point in this first stage.
Hoot Baker taking a very interesting low line.
Hoot Baker trying to stay out of the way as he has not gone pit side yet. Or no, he has gone. He was one of the first to go pit side, so his tires are already well worn in. So, and a lot of damage on the right side of the Virginia Tech number 82 as he's going pit side again. As Arthur down and away. And Kevin O'Brien, your leader.
We've got a battle with the boss, Tex Perry and Brian McRae.
And those guys, that's your battle for 10th right now. As McRae your battle for 9th. As McRae has it, Perry wants it. As you see Perry looking to the inside. And McRae cuts him off as they go into turn number 1. They both slide up the track just a little bit. Perry still right there. Working lap 34 of 45 for this first stage. And Dalton Kilroe going to inherit the lead as Kevin O'Brien finally taking it pit side. Hoot Baker coming out of the pit. And Dalton Kilroe looking in his rearview mirror and he sees the pink machine. That, of course, is Mark Arthur right behind him. The teammates running 1 and 2, playoff contenders. 2 seconds to the good over third place Tim Bills, who has his rearview mirror filled with your regular season points champion Sam Baumgarten. And then you've got a 4-car length gap back to Bentley Glazer. As Arthur looks to the inside, drag race down the front straightaway, side by side. They haul it off into turn number 1. Arthur, full send-it mode, slides up the track in front of Kilroe. Kilroe gives him room. Knows there's still plenty of race left as that's the 18 getting sideways of Jason Powell as he's slugging it out with Doug Thompson for the number 9 slot. And it's the leaders right behind them, but they've got a battle for position in front of them. That's going to hold Arthur up as he's going to split the difference. And wisely, Jason Powell gets out of the way as Kilroe and Arthur just haul it off and put Doug Thompson a lap down. They put Jason Powell a lap down. Thompson in the number 9 slot. Powell back to 10th. Oh, who's that? That was, please help me find it. Somebody just put sailing down the back straightaway.
That was some deft maneuvering through traffic there.
Yes, it was, and somebody just ate hot garbage down the back straightaway. I'm not sure who that was chasing it down the hill, but somebody going for a slide for life there. Either way, Mark Arthur continues to show the way. Your closest battle on track.
It looks like Tex Perry and Brian McRae.
Still slugging it out. They're up into the number 7 and 8 slot, respectively. Tex Perry sliding back right now as he had to chase it down the hill off of 2. Loses a ton of momentum. And that's the thing about Darlington. It is a momentum track. It's deceptively wide as far as the corners. You get a little bit of a second to catch your breath down the straightaway, and then you're back to turning the car. As
And the ideal line is a really high line, really close to the wall, which when you're coming up behind somebody is just so easy to take that turbulent air and throw you into that wall and give you that Darlington kiss.
Absolutely. As there's a couple tracks in the simulator that will help you with this and help you get over that fear of running that outside line. As they're coming up to put a lap on Nick Okier. Okier's struggling right now. Currently, the last car still running in 14th. But a couple tracks, I'm of course thinking of Indianapolis Raceway Park, which I believe is called, it is Lucas Oil Raceway Park. We're three wide going into turn number 1. Perry down on the apron, and
there you see what happens.
Not the night Nick Okier was hoping for, as he just clobbered that safety barrier going into 1. The stage will, next caution ends the stage. Pits will close in 2 laps as we are currently 3 to go as Mark Arthur right on the back bumper of Hoot Baker. Baker currently sits in 12th, 1 lap down, getting ready to go 2nd lap down. He has to chase it down the hill coming off the 4. Pits are officially closed. And Jason Anderson has put it on the hauler. So Anderson saying no mas. The track too tough to tame has not been kind to the driver of the 66 tonight. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur continues to show the way. 2.5 seconds to the good over Dalton Kilrow, who has a full second over Sam Baumgarten as white flag is out for the stage. And, the tracks that will help you if you plan on running Darlington, Indianapolis Raceway Park and Irwindale, both of those tracks, the fast line is up near the outside retaining wall. As Arthur comes off a 4, takes the different colored checkered flag. That is going to end the stage. Mark Arthur getting max points for that one. Dalton Kilrow in 2nd. Sam Baumgarten, Bentley Glazer, Tim Bills, Derek Polson, Brian McRae, Tex Perry, Doug Thompson, and Jason Powell getting the last point for the stage. So Bentley Glazer, the only one not in the Sweet 16 to get stage points in that stage. So Glazer, if he keeps that car clean, could possibly play spoiler tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out as the rest of the night goes on.
Yeah, I think Glazer's in a good spot at the moment.
So Arthur going to catch the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing, down the back straightaway, and look for wholesale stops. Anytime you can get for Mr. Feelgoods and the unlimited tire sets for this race. So thank you, Tex Perry, for being a kind and benevolent league owner. So unlimited tire sets. So anytime you can go in and get 4 Mr. Feelgoods under that car here at the track too tough to tame, you're gonna do it. Even if it's coming to a green-white checker. If I've got the option of getting 4 fresh tires, I'm taking it. Because the speed differential, even under 10 laps difference, you're talking a full second a lap difference in lap times that these guys were turning compared to their qualifying times. That's huge. The tire wear is just insane here as Arthur winning the battle off pit road, Dalton Kilrow coming out in 2nd, Sam Baumgarten in 3rd, Bentley Glazer in 4th. So coming out as they went in, and that's going to give Kevin O'Brien his lap back. So that's going to put him as the last car on the lead lap. We now have 11 cars on the lead lap. Hoot Baker, the first car, 1 lap down in 12th. Nick Okier, the last car, still running in 13th. So, Kevin, I'm going to put you on the spot here. And because you've been playing here all week, and unfortunately, and it looks like we're going under the lights, ladies and gentlemen. So it's about to get fun as the sun's setting there. But
we didn't talk about it, and we briefly had a glimpse of it in one of the cockpit cam shots earlier. But this sun on this track is brutal. Every race I've done, when you come around, what turn is it where the building is? It's turn 1 and 2, isn't it, or is it turn 3 and 4?
Turn 3 and 4, where you go into the shadow.
Yeah, but before the sun peaks behind that building, my God, it's blinding. So these drivers are about to get a relief as well as a temperature drop.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, it's 84-degree ambient air temperature, 87-degree track temperature, and the track temperature is dropping because we were north of 90 when we took the green. And the wind, 9 miles an hour out of the west. So these guys are facing a headwind coming down the back straightaway. And it's 53% relative humidity, which means these guys are making chunks of horsepower in these cars. As Kevin O'Brien stays out to get his lap back. I'm sorry, I thought he had the lucky dog. Apparently he did. Got the lucky dog and now stays out to try to get another wave around because he was 2 laps down. I'm wrong. I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, no. Doug Thompson was the lucky dog. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for correcting me, Tex.
Powell is a lap down. Hoot Baker's 2 laps down. And Nick Okier is 2 laps down.
Correct. So 13 cars still running. 10 on the lead lap. Soon to be, I believe, soon to be 11. As soon as the lights go out on the pace car, that will give Kevin O'Brien the wave around as he did not pit. So, gotta think he's going to be struggling when we do go back to green.
Oh, yeah.
As the lights getting ready to go out on the pace car, Arthur going to elect to take the outside lane. Dalton Kilrow lining up on the inside. That's going to then put Sam Baumgarten right behind Dalton Kilrow as there goes O'Brien. And that's going to put Bentley Glazer right behind Mark Arthur. So 51 laps in the books, 50 laps in the books, 51 what we're currently working right now. 200 laps of scheduled distance here. Next caution will be on lap 90, the competition caution anyways, on lap 90 or thereabouts, depending on if somebody oops early. And I got to give these guys credit. So far, they have kept it clean, they have kept it green, and that's the type of racing we like to see. As Arthur going to have the button this time, as he's got his teammates all around him, and you got a feel for Bentley Glazer. So yeah, in the live chats, we're still looking for the answer to who is Bentley Glazer running a throwback scheme of. As the green flag comes out, Arthur pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. And Glazer gets a great jump on that outside line. The 41 of Kilrow caught sleeping there a little bit as he finally gets ahead of speed up and clears Glazer coming off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they come. They finally get it sorted out. Everybody single file so far, playing nicely. Paulson right behind the regular season champion Sam Baumgarten. Mark Arthur up to a 3/4 of a second lead already. As Glazer looking to the inside of Kilrow. Thinking about it. Not close enough to make it happen yet. And he's got to be careful because he's got Sam Baumgarten right behind him as they are starting to put some distance on Derek Paulson in the 6th. working their way down the back straightaway again. Arthur, Kilrow, Glazer, Baumgarten, Paulson, McRae, Perry, Bills, Thompson, and O'Brien, your lead lap. Then you've got Jason Powell a lap down, Nick Ogier 2 laps down, and Hoot Baker 2 laps down as we lost Dalton Kilrow. What happened to Dalton Kilrow?
Disappeared, but came back. We just lost it temporarily.
So connection issues for the 41. Wisely, you saw where he disappeared and then reappeared. Wisely moved down track so he didn't get in anyone's way going down the back straightaway. So heads up driving for the driver of the number 41, Dr. Squatch, Impala SS. Good on you, sir, for making sure that we didn't have the big one. Meanwhile, up in front, Sam Baumgarten trying to reel in Bentley Glazer. Glazer half a second behind your leader, Mark Arthur. The battle right now is between Twin Bills and as he gets by the lap car of Brian Powell. Tex Perry all over the back bumper of Dalton Kilrow in 5th. Both of them playoff contenders. Both of them want to gain as many points as they possibly can to be able to move on to the round of 8. As Perry still working on the back bumper of Kilrow. Kilrow trying everything he can to keep that car under him. Running the line he needs to run. The track cooling off already, which means these guys are going to have more grip. We've lost 3 degrees in track temperature as the sun has gone down. Lights are out here at Darlington. Arthur continuing to show the way. Glazer starting to reel him in though. Picked up 2/10 on Arthur that last lap. And I believe so the 8 of Bentley Glazer, I'll give you guys a hint. It was originally number 10. And if you can name who drove that car to a Daytona 500 victory, we'll make sure you get a free paint from Fogarty Chassis Works for your iRacing car, anything except the Audi LMP1. So there's your hint. Who drove it to an Indy 500 Daytona 500 victory? As Glazer still reeling in Mark Arthur. Hell of a run out of the rookie. Arthur, Glazer, Baumgarten, Paulson, Kilrow, your top 5. Kilrow still sliding back as he's fighting it out with Tex Perry right now. As that is your closest battle on track, other than the one on the lead is, Kilrow has to chase down the track. Perry not able to capitalize as he had to do the same, just not as dramatically, as Perry with a head of steam coming through 3 and 4. And Kilrow able to get the drive off. So, a couple of battles going on right now. Everybody minding their P's and Q's, just kind of riding, seeing what the adjustments they made under that first competition caution are doing to the car. As Glazer gets a little bit of the blinkies. Everybody's still showing pretty decent on quality and ping as Arthur continues to show the way. And your top 3 have pulled out 3 seconds over Derek Paulson, currently sitting in 4th. Paulson on an island all by himself as Perry 8 different kinds of sideways coming off of turn 2. That's not going to help his bid to try to reel in Dalton Kilroy. As a matter of fact, it's going to bring him back into the clutches of Tim Bills, who eats the turn 3 wall. Not what Bills was hoping to do. That's not going to let him capitalize, as Brian McRae with a head of steam now. McRae reeling in Bills hand over fist. As these guys are about 15 to 16 laps on their tires. So you got to think we're getting ready to see another batch of green flag pit stops as we close in on that magic number 20 mark.
And
as Bills chases it down the hill again. Go ahead, Kevin.
oh, I was just going to comment on how quickly that cascade reaction changed the battle from Kilroy and Perry down to Bills and McRae.
As Bills into the wall again and spins it coming out for 2, collects it, keeps it straight. We stay green. So Bills in trouble. You got to think he bent the track bar on the number 37 tonight. And these guys are only getting 1 fast repair, so you got to use it wisely. As
Darren Paulson got up into the fence, and that's allowed Tex Perry to make a great run.
And you can see it there. Paulson pancaked the right rear corner of that Dr. Squatch number 6 as Perry just flashes by. And it shows you what momentum does at this track. You carry so much speed through the corners here, it's actually terrifying the first time you do it. And if you rub off even the littlest bit of speed, you're a sitting duck for whatever's behind you. So that is actually your closest battle on track, is Paulson trying to get it back up to speed, trying to reel Perry back in, as Mark Arthur continues to show the way up front, but Perry and Paulson trying, and eats the wall again, coming through 3 and 4. Not what he was hoping to do. That's going to rub off even more speed and let Perry get away, as Perry up into the top 5.
And in the background of the shots, you can see Brian McRae having the same trouble getting up into the safer barrier.
Brian McRae not having the run he was hoping for either, as he's another member of the Sweet 16. Now, we are missing a couple drivers tonight, one of which being Kevin Paskowicz. Paskowicz having trouble with his VR headset, waiting on the new one to come in. And I spoke to him earlier today, and it's killing him to be able to miss this race. But he's look for him to be back next week and set on kill. As Mark Arthur continues to show the way, a full second to the good over second place Bentley Glazer. But how about the run from Paulson? Yes, he qualified 7th, but currently running 6th after having to start at the tail end of the field. Now, granted, it was only 14 cars that took the start, but that's still pretty impressive. Tex Perry started 13th after not taking time in qualifying, as Paulson loses another spot to McRae, as is that my favorite Hokie joining us now?
Yes, sir.
So Hoot Baker putting it on the hauler. Nick Okier in the pits as well. So Hoot, I know that's not probably the way you wanted to start the first round of the Sweet 16, but all things considered, you gave it a hell of a shot, sir.
It's a tough track. I spent actually a little time in full practice trying to get set up right, and these guys are just too good. And I had it to the point to where I was generally staying out of the wall, but I just keep falling back. And these guys aren't showing any signs of getting their caution out, which is what I need to kind of stay in there. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to let this week go.
Well, for what it's worth, you still have one of the Sweet 16 contenders behind you, as Nick Okier is a lap behind you in scoring. So a little bit of solace there, and you had Paskowicz not showing up tonight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only 11 of the Sweet 16 showed up tonight. So you're still getting show-up points compared to the guys who weren't able to be here tonight. And business just picked up for second as Glazier gets into the wall coming through 3 and 4. They'll let Sam Baumgarten get to his door side by side into turn number 1. Baumgarten full send it mode into turn number 1. Baumgarten up into second. Glazier back to third, and Okier back out on track. Mark Arthur a second and a half to the good over Sam Baumgarten right now, as Baumgarten flirting with disaster coming through 3 and 4. Glazier, a little bit of body damage on the right rear fender of the Purelator number 8. And we are still waiting on an answer to our trivia question. Who is the throwback paint scheme Bentley Glazier is running? Who took that car to a Daytona 500 victory? Again, first one to answer that question correctly in the YouTube chat will get one free paint scheme for any iRacing car of their choice other than the Audi LMP1 car from Fogarty Chassis Works.
This is a great run from Sam Baumgarten. I was watching as he was patiently biding his time and waiting for the opportunity at catching up to Bentley Glazier and Mark Arthur. And he's just been much more clean and consistent these last couple laps, allowing him to put the distance between Glazier and himself.
Now, maybe you can answer the question for us. How bad is the tire fall off from a driver's standpoint?
Honestly, it's incredible. I've never experienced anything like it. It was a shock each time I ran it, and I ran it 4 times this week.
And who here in the ARCA car, how bad is it?
You know what? With my setup, I would never look at the system around there. The way I had it set, it didn't feel terrible, but I'm sure it's out there for these guys like Sam and Mark, who obviously have good setups, but they've got to be burning a little bit. But if they're doing it right, I don't think it's terrible. It's there, but it depends how you hit those corners, though. But I don't think it's terrible.
That's true. What I was just thinking is whenever I went into the pits, the tire wear on the reporting there wasn't actually that bad, but you still felt it, and you would still be kissing the wall a lot more regularly, 20, 30 laps in.
As we've got green flag pit stops underway, as Arthur and Baumgarten both in, Paulson already in, McRae already in, Powell already in, as Tim Bills down and away.
Paulson is still out.
It should be noted that Paulson came in late. He got a start to the back of his practice, but he was commenting that basically he's running a default set at this point. I recall he came in last year twice. I don't think anybody gave him any.
Well, he is part of the Dr. Squatch team, so I'm sure they probably gave him something. And he spent quite a few laps out there under qualifying, just turning laps to see what that car was going to do once he wore all the goodie off the tires, which normally takes about 7 to 8 laps here at Darlington. So Arthur down and away as Paulson back on the lead lap, and he's got Bentley Glazier all over his back bumper, and we're about to see what the difference between 5-lap old tires and brand new tires looks like. as Kevin O'Brien down on the apron. And doesn't look like, and there it goes, Glazer to the high side and just walks away from Paulson.
I mean, there are a few things you're doing here. I mean, other than if you really dive down into setups, but generally you're dealing with your spring offsets, your springs, and your rear track bar. I don't know what the other drivers are running, but you know, I didn't ask for a set tonight. I generally gotten to the point where I try to do my own, and obviously I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you need to hire a crew chief, and I just so happen to know a crew chief that is available who used to work on this era of car in the Cup Garage.
Well, I need something because obviously.
So after this race, get with me, and we'll get that sorted out for next week's race for you. Meanwhile, Mark Arthur continuing to just be the class of the field. He's got Sam Baumgarten right there with him this time. Fresh tires for both of them, as they've got a couple of bus lengths back to Bentley Glazer, who sits in third. And then you're almost 4.5 seconds back to Derek Paulson, as he is dropping like a stone. But your battle right now for the lead, Arthur has it. Your regular season points champion, who was also your pole sitter, Sam Baumgarten, wants it. As we are 6 to go in the stage.
And I'm gonna tell you what, even these guys that you know, we're talking about laps down. Even Kevin O'Brien is 2 laps down. He's having a very good run line because 2 laps down here is not bad because Mark got around me. I think about 50 laps in, I was 2 laps down. That's how bad my set was.
As Baumgarten was looking coming off of 4, didn't quite have the momentum he needed. And those guys running the way that they're running, that's letting Bentley Glazer just reel them in hand over fist. As I'm thinking Arthur might have missed on the setup under that last pit stop.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Sam kind of run up on him there, didn't
he? He did. And I'm not seeing any damage on Arthur's car, but Baumgarten all over the back bumper of the Power Puff number 12 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Sam actually had to back off here.
And the stage will end in 2 laps as they work their way around Doug Thompson, who's a lap down. Baumgarten to the inside, looking to get some clean air into that radiator. As they come up on the 18 of Jason Powell to put him a second lap down.
Watch this gyro shot as you can really see the banking and the difference between the apron and that turn bank.
Well, even the straightaways here are banked at 5 degrees. But as they go into the corner, you can see just how much G-force this track generates. The high banks going through the corners as pits are closed. 2 laps to go. Here we go. Mark Arthur still showing the way. Looking to get max points for the second stage in a row. Sam Baumgarten all over his back bumper. Looks to the inside, down the back straightaway. Arthur throws the block. That's going to kill all the momentum on Baumgarten. He's now got to deal with Bentley Glazer. As Glazer with a head of steam looks to the inside, thinks better of it. Ducks in right behind Baumgarten. White flag is out for the stage. Arthur continues to show the way. Baumgarten going to have one more shot at him as they haul it down the back straightaway. Baumgarten just arrow perfect right now. He's got to hope for a mistake from Arthur, and Arthur just got to keep it off the wall, keeps it off the wall to the checkers, and Arthur going to win his second stage of the night. Getting close to clinching most laps led. So Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Bentley Glazer, Derek Paulson, Jolton Kilroe, Tex Perry, Brian McRae, Tim Bills, Doug Thompson, and Jason Powell, the last car to be scoring a stage point tonight. Bentley Glazer and Jason Powell, the only two not in the Sweet 16 to score stage points. So for the second stage in a row, Mark Arthur has gotten max points. Can he do it to the finish?
Yeah,
we're going to find out. Go ahead, Hoot.
Yeah, I was just going to throw in there, Tony, that when we talk about passing, this is a hard track to pass on, and people can't really see it on here. And I don't because I'm looking at the track over. This is not a perfect oval here. These turns, you get wide turns in 1 and 2, and you got tight turns in 3 and 4. So this is not a perfect oval, and it's not a track that has what do you call it on the front straight?
There's no symmetry here.
Yeah, this track is very weird shape, and so those turns are just different.
And if you notice too, turns 3 and 4 are banked more steeply than turns 1 and 2 are. Try to help you with how tight they are. So you really generate some G-forces going through 3 and 4. As wholesale pit stops for everyone on the lead lap, as the cars that are a lap down trying to do their thing. And while we are under caution, now would be a good time, ladies and gentlemen, to go visit our Teespring store, www.teespring.com/ESBN. As I think Bentley Glazer just beat Sam Baumgarten off pit road. But www.teespring.com/ESBN, and you can get your NASCOM online as presented by ESBN t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, face masks, coffee mugs, hats, tank tops. If there's anything you want from our Teespring store and you don't see it there, go ahead and drop a comment below, and we will try to get that for you for the next event. But if you use the promo code ESBN20, all caps ESBN 20, you will receive free shipping in the continental United States.
Yeah, Tony, I was going to say, I actually do have one of those ESPN T-shirts that I got last week. It's a Pasky League T-shirt, but it is an ESPN T-shirt. I'm very happy with it.
We have those for all the leagues that we broadcast, so pick your favorite league. I got to be partial to the ones that I broadcast, and as soon as my paycheck comes in, I plan on ordering a T-shirt from every league that I broadcast. But yeah, definitely, if you want something from our Teespring store and you don't see it there, go ahead, drop a comment, and we'll try to get it for you. As Okier stays out to try to get one of his 5 laps back. Still waiting on an answer for tonight's trivia question. Bentley Glazer's number 8 Purelator ride. What NASCAR Cup driver in the real world took that paint scheme to a Daytona 500 victory? And I'll give you a hint. He beat Dale Earnhardt Sr. for it.
I'm looking at that scheme right now, and I don't think that I know the answer.
The second hint of the night, it was numbered 10. So first person that can answer that correctly in the YouTube chat will receive a free paint scheme on any iRacing car of their choice other than the Audi LMP1 car, because that template just gives me headaches just thinking about it. From Fogarty Chassis Works, so number 10 won the Daytona 500, beat Dale Earnhardt Sr. Who drove that car in the real world to a Daytona 500 victory? So Mark Arthur continuing to show the way, winning the battle off pit road. Bentley Glazer coming out in second, beating Sam Baumgarten off pit road. So that makes me think that Baumgarten may have thrown some adjustments at the car, as the lap down car is bringing it pit side this time. And looking for the lights to go out on the Ford Mustang GT 500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. And they do, and there goes Okie to get one of his laps back. As Arthur going to take the outside lane again. And how about Paulson? Up into fourth. Got his teammates around him. Tex Perry sitting there right behind him. Tim Bill's sitting right behind him. Tex Perry lining up right there behind Baumgarten. As we've got a pretty short field right now, as some of the lap down cars coming out of the pits trying to check onto the end of the field. Look for somebody to try to cold trickle the field here as we get ready to go back to green as the field works its way into the 3-4 complex. Lights are out on the pace car. Arthur going to have the trigger as the pace car takes that hard left turn onto pit road. Arthur holds him down coming out of turn number 4, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway.
Oh, he got a nice jump there.
He got an amazing jump there as Glazier immediately moves up to throw the block on Paulson. Killing any momentum he had. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to have a moment there. As the momentum that he killed off Paulson let Baumgarten get by him. So Arthur showing the way. Glazier sitting in second. Baumgarten and Paulson nose to tail for third. Oh! Tim Bill's getting all sorts of sideways, collects Tex Perry, and we are back under caution.
That caution is going to be thrown. That caution is going to be thrown due to a lane change. Somebody did a lane change.
No, that caution was because Tim Bill's chased down the hill and Tex Perry just annihilated him coming off the floor.
No, I'm listening to chat. They're going to throw that. They threw that due to a lane change by number 8.
Okay, so Bentley Glazier changed the lanes before the start-finish line. So that caution was coming out anyways, but that definitely not what Tex Perry was hoping for, as Tim Bills had to chase it down the hill coming off of 4. And Tex Perry just nowhere to go.
Yep, and I just heard Texas crew comment over to the other crew there. No biggie, just happens. Ain't no friction on the track.
So that's going to let Perry, who just got back on the lead lap, get fresh tires. Bill's going to get tires. The 00 McRae going to get tires. And wholesale pit stops taking place again. We didn't even have a full lap under anger, and everybody getting fresh tires. Bentley Glazier staying out. And it looks like Mark Arthur going pit side, Baumgarten going pit side, Paulson going pit side, Thompson going pit side, Bills, McRae, Kilroe, Perry all going pit side. Those are your 9 cars on the lead lap.
I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do with the 8 here, because my understanding is he's the one that is in the improper space there, which is why they threw the caution.
Well, we're going to find out as he stayed out, and look for him to possibly have to suffer the wrath of an EOL, which is not something you want to have happen to you at the track Too Tough to Tame. Very difficult track to pass on under most circumstances, as looks like Okie and O'Brien both going pit side to finally get some fresh Mr. Feelgoods under those cars. So that's really going to help the two of them.
And the 8's still out. I'm not sure. He's going to get a lap lead here, so I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm sure they can adjust that in the points later.
He's not part of the Sweet 16, so basically points don't count, I guess.
Yeah, so he's all good as long as he don't cause a mess, right?
Sure. And Kevin, just as a heads up, I don't think your trading paints is working properly. Just close the application and open it back up again. Really works better for me that way than it does to Control R, because that usually can sometimes take forever to feed all the new paint schemes. So that way, all of our racing fans can see the. I'm loving some of these throwback schemes, and I can't say I'm really surprised to see Mark Arthur running the Jerry Nadeau throwback scheme back when he used to run the Cartoon Network car. Baumgarten in the 53 running a tribute to Tim Richmond when he ran the Folgers car. However, of course, Baumgarten being sponsored by Dr. Squatch Soaps, running Dr. Squatch on the car. Then you have Derek Paulson in the 6 running a tribute scheme to one of Brett Bodine's rides, the old Quaker State scheme. Again, sponsored by Dr. Squatch. So there's that. And then you have the 9 of Okie running the Terry Labonte Kellogg's tribute scheme. Again, sponsored by Dr. Squatch tonight.
Yeah, these don't seem to be coming up with trading paints, and that seems to have been an issue with trading paints at least one other time this week.
Okay.
So I'm still looking at it again. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm still looking for the penalty thrown on number 8 there. He's still going ahead of the field.
From the sounds of it, they just gave him a warning.
Oh, that's kind of interesting, because my understanding from listening on here was the reason they threw the caution was because he passed when he wasn't supposed to, and, well, I don't know.
Well, roving pit reporter Hoot Baker, perhaps you should maybe ask the boss about that one. As Glazier on a couple lap old tires, even under pacing, the tires wear in these cars around this joint. So I gotta think Glazier, he's got to get the jump of his life, but he's a sitting duck right now.
Well, it's going to be Mark. I mean, what I'm looking at here is Mark and Sam. And based on that last one, I want to be Sam Baumgarten right now.
Absolutely, because that car starts to come in after about 20 laps. His tires don't seem to fall off quite as badly as Mark Arthur's do. So Sam Baumgarten able to make the adjustments more appropriately than Mark Arthur can. As Glazier pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. As Arthur trying to stay with him a little bit, got a decent jump, not spectacular, but right there with him. And Arthur's got the fresher tires of those two cars. So,
yeah, I'm looking up. Actually, I didn't even pay attention. I'm looking up right now. Everybody else is out on 5 because they pitted in. The number 8 is out on 12.
And mind you, only 3/4 of that was under anger, but still. Glazier doing pretty well right now. It's Baumgarten all over the back bumper of Mark Arthur right now. That's your battle for second, really starting to heat up. That's the teammates running nose to tail. It has Derek Paulson doing everything he can to try to stay with them. About car length separate each car. Baumgarten right back onto the back bumper of Arthur, working their way down the front straight and into turn number 1. Looks like Arthur's a little better in 1 and 2, and Baumgarten's a little bit better in 3 and 4. Now, Hoot, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. If you're battling for the lead, would you rather be faster in 1 and 2 and try to stretch a little bit of the lead, or would you rather be 3 and 4 and hope for a drag race off of 4 coming to the checkers? Oh,
I got to say 3 and 4.
Glazer just ate the wall coming off the floor, and he
Oh!
to Tim Bills. And Tim
man,
Bills
they're not checking
just
behind
ass
him.
packs him. So a lot of damage on the front of Bills number 37. That's going to let him fall back into the clutches of the boss, Tex Perry. And Bills, of course, nowhere to go as Glazer just did about a 4-lane change.
That could have gotten bad real quick.
And something happened to Mark Arthur as Baumgarten got by him, so did Paulson. And looks like there might be damage on the right rear of the number 12.
Yeah, he's definitely fading back now. Man, like I said, that could have been a lot worse.
Very much so, as Baumgarten showing the way now, Paulson right there with him. Going to be fun to see what can happen here as, Paulson didn't get any practice in and had to start at the tail end of the field, currently sitting in second place behind your regular season points champion, Sam Baumgarten, as Baumgarten showing the way right now. Baumgarten, Paulson, Arthur, Bills, Perry, Kilroe, Thompson, McCray, Glazer, and Powell, your top 10. Jason Powell, the first car, 1 lap down in 10th.
Kind of glad I'm not on the channel down there with Mark there, because I can only imagine what's coming out of his mouth right now.
I'm guessing that they're not NC-17 safe. Not even PG-13. They're not even appropriate for NC-17 audiences. As Baumgarten continues to show the way, we are just past the halfway point, working lap 111 of 200. As everybody seems to be single file right now, kind of minding their P's and Q's. Knows that we're halfway in the books as Doug Thompson brushes the safer barrier going through turn 3. Didn't kill a lot of speed. Has to chase it down the hill, and we stay green. But a little bit of damage on the right side of the Friday the 13th car. Thompson currently sitting in 8th as he has to chase it down the hill off the 2 again. Looks like he may brush the safer barrier one more time for good measure. So not the start to the playoffs that Thompson was hoping for. And
I was going to say, and again, the symmetry of this track, it's easy to fall into. Now we're getting into, we're well over halfway home, and you get complacent and you forget which turn you're on, and the symmetry of the track, it's confusing at times, and yeah, you'll drift on up there if you ain't paying attention.
I get lost at Indy all the time. But, you take a look at your running order right now. Sam Baumgarten, your regular season champion, member of the Sweet 16. Derek Paulson sits in 2nd. Rookie, member of the Sweet 16. Mark Arthur, member of the Sweet 16. Tim Bills in 4th, member of the Sweet 16. Tex Perry in 5th. Say it with me, a member of the Sweet 16. Dalton Kilroe, member of the Sweet 16. Brian McCray, member of the Sweet 16. Doug Thompson, a member of the Sweet 16. The first car that you have to go to that's not a member of the Sweet 16 is the gentleman running in 9th, the number 8 of Bentley Glazer. The last car on the lead lap, and you got to think Glazer is struggling right now on those older tires as he goes by Kevin O'Brien, who is also a member of the Sweet 16 and struggling tonight, currently sitting 2 laps down. So Sweet 16 in the top 8, and that's pretty much coming out of tonight should be your Elite 8 point standings if it were to end right now. But lucky for you, Hoot, I believe there's 2 more races in this round.
Oh, believe me, I asked him. Yes, we have 2 more races this round because I was not doing well in practice. set up some else. I exactly asked it. I was like, how bad do you need it? He said, Hoot, you got 2 more to go. So,
And where are we next week, Hoot?
Hopefully not here.
Well, while I'm thinking of it, let me see if I can find that information.
I can go look at that.
Okay. Then you do that for me, and I will be much obliged. And Derek Paulson ate the wall, and that allowed Mark Arthur to get by him. So Mark Arthur back up into second, now has to do yeoman's work as he is a second back off of Sam Baumgarten, working his way through 3 and 4. Baumgarten showing the way. Arthur back up into second, Paulson in third, Tim Bills, a couple of bus lengths back in fourth. Then you're quite a ways back, almost 4 seconds to Dalton Kilrow in fifth. Tex Perry, less than a second back from him. So right now, that's actually your closest battle on track is between Kilrow in fifth and Perry in sixth. And as you can possibly see in the shot, there's about 4 city buses between the two of them.
I'm sorry, we stepped on the phone. Go ahead.
Kevin? Did we lose Kevin?
No, I am here. Yep, it's quite a split field now.
Yeah, this field right now is more spread out than a junkie at a methadone clinic. As Sam Baumgarten is showing the way, the regular season points champion, showing why he's your regular season points champion. As Mark Arthur starting to reel him in. So perhaps we have a change of fates that we saw just before the last stage ended. Arthur's car seems to have less fall off right now than Baumgarten's did. As Arthur dropped back a little bit at the start, perhaps he was saving tires a little bit, which is not an easy thing to do here at Darlington.
To answer your earlier question, Tony, next week on 12th is Richmond for 250 laps. I'm not unhappy about that.
That is your home track, sir.
I think I can get around there if I can spend some time and get a good set in there. It's not a difficult track.
Well, then you and I are going to be spending a couple hours working on something tomorrow.
Bentley Glazer has gone down to pit lane.
So as we are working roughly lap 20 on this tire run, Glazer the first one to blank. So, and nope, he has put it on the hauler. So that's going to drop him out of the top 10 as Jason Powell continues to run, Kevin O'Brien continues to run, and Nick Okier continues to run. And business is picking up at the front of the field as Mark Arthur is now right there with Sam Baumgarten. As the two of them, 4 seconds to the clear over Derek Paulson in third. As these guys have been the class of the field all night long.
Well, at this point, I have to think that Sam's running his line. Mark's maybe burn a little bit more to get up there to him and see how that works.
Well, we are getting ready for a round of green flag pit stops as we are working lap 125, getting ready to start lap 126. And the question is Arthur going to get the undercut on Baumgarten, or are they going to pit together? As now they are 5 seconds to the clear over Derek Paulson.
Well, yeah, obviously it's going to be follow the leader. They're these guys know how to do pits, so obviously it's going to be who gets in there and who gets out there first. Strategic.
Says the man that worked for the United States Army. Your tax dollars at work, folks.
I still am a huge tax dollar waster.
So Tim Bills up into third. Paulson just dropping like a stone right now as he's fallen back into the clutches of his teammate Dalton Kilroe, who Kilroe's been struggling all night too as he gets by Tex Perry. Tex Perry up into the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see Kevin likes to do what I like to do on times you watch what's going on in the back of the field. But in the meantime, Mark is past Sam.
And Mark Arthur has gotten by Sam Baumgarten and has now set sail. As Baumgarten flirting with disaster coming through 1 and 2, or sorry, through 3 and 4. Arthur now with a couple of bus lengths over his teammate. So you got to think that maybe Sam Baumgarten went out a little too hard at the beginning of this segment.
Yep, and those sets are maybe a little bit off. I guess he may have misjudged, but Mark is always a step in the long run. Because even being involved like he was earlier, look at him go.
He is half a second to the good at last time across the stripe. And Mark Arthur just ran a lap time that still would have put him in the top 10 for qualifying. So Mark Arthur may have found something with the in-race adjustments as, Baumgarten put his disaster off at 2, had to chase it down the hill a little bit, and that's going to lose him a little bit more time to his teammate. And you can see just how free that Cartoon Network Powerpuff Girls number 12 of Mark Arthur is. But as the old saying goes, loose is fast and on the edge out of control. And Mark Arthur right there on the razor's edge. And Sam Baumgarten trying to hang with him, but definitely dropping like a stone right now.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, like you said, teammates is teammates, and I'm sure they're talking and discussing. But at this point, I'm sure Mark's saying, you know what, I'm going to leg us out as long as I can. You keep up there, because we definitely got length on the field. So, you're just going to have to follow me in there and get back on me when I get out, brother. But I can't help you back there.
Absolutely not, as it looks like Dalton Kilroe has slipped back, currently dropped to 7th spot as Brian McCray has gotten around him, and so has Tex Perry. Tim Bills continuing to show the way for 3rd, as got about a second and a half to the good over Derek Paulson, and Paulson... I stand corrected. Paulson with a good run. Bills collected the wall.
Yep.
And Paulson into the wall. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's not the way to do it here at Darlington, boys.
Sam got a little bit of ball there, too. Ooh. And he's getting a little bit more.
And Bills just ate the wall coming off at 2. Had to chase the car down the hill, and that's going to let Tex Perry get by him. That's Perry on the high side, Bills on the low side. As...
and that's another thing these leaders got to be thinking about. They're like, well, if we're loose, imagine what's going on back there.
Absolutely. As we're coming up on like 30 laps on these tires. So somebody's got to blink relatively soon here. Looks like the 18 called no moss. Jason Powell, the first one to go.
There goes the leader.
And Mark Arthur is in. So is Sam Baumgarten.
Yep, and they just almost came in bumper to bumper there, so it's going to be interesting coming off. And the rest of these guys have got to be saying, thank God they found it.
And Tex Perry getting a bonus point for leading the lap that time. And Brian McCray right there with him.
I got to tell you again, a testament to this league. That's why I like running here, even though I stink. Caution free. But I depend on a lot of cautions, and it just don't happen in this league a lot.
As
I shouldn't have said the C word, should I?
No. And you can get your hate mail coming. That's Hoot Baker, ladies and gentlemen. care of the United States Army, P.O. Box OU 812. As Tex Perry going to bring it pit side this time. Looks like Brian McRae going with him. And Dalton Kilrow trying to do the undercuts. They're almost 3 wide, and it looked like McRae hit the barrier coming into pit.
Absolutely. Dented up the back of his car there.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well. Maybe he's got a fast repair. Does he want to use it now? Or that's probably about a 30-second repair, 45 seconds maybe.
Well, it'd behoove you to burn the fast repair if you've got it, only because 30 seconds here is a lap. As Dalton Kilrow getting a bonus point for leading a lap that time. As he dove on the pit road and was able to outmaneuver Tex Perry.
I don't think he knows how bad it is. He just turned off.
He left. He didn't think anything.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that, but he's going to feel it here in a couple laps. But who knows? With that spoiler sticking up like it is, it may help him.
Yeah, it might. But I mean, when you come in there, if you're not paying attention, you don't see that you got faster. Of course, that thing will let you out of there. You don't have to take them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's not a required repair at that point; it's an optional. As Mark Arthur inherits the lead back, he's got Sam Baumgarten right there with him again. About a car length and a half separate the two.
Oh, Ben, Ryan goes around. Saved it. He got kicked back up, but they slowed down that flag. And that was Tex getting underneath him, and I guess that damaged a little more than he thought. Tex went to get up underneath him and kind of put him up there a little bit, and he went in the wall, but got kicked back down and managed to save it. But I'm sure he knows that damage is there now.
Safe bet. But the one thing too is, if you go to the inside, it's very easy to take the air off somebody's spoiler in this car. As that's going to promote Perry up into the top 6. Dalton Kilrow holds down the last spot in the top 5. You got Arthur, Baumgarten, Paulson, Bills, Kilrow, your top 5. Then you got Perry, McRae, last 2 cars on the lead lap. Jason Powell, 1 lap down in 8th. Doug Thompson, 2 laps down in 9th. Kevin O'Brien, 4 laps down in 10th. Then you got Nick Okier, 7 laps down in 11th. And the last car still running.
Now, I'm taking a look at Texas car to see if he got anything out of that. His front still looks clean, so he might have a little bit of bang-up damage on the right side, but I can't really tell.
Let me go take a look. No, I'm not seeing any damage on the front of that car because the hood is still as flat as an ironing board. So heads up driving from the boss. As Mark Arthur working on lap traffic right now, Pat Baumgarten giving him a little bit of room, trying to figure out which way he's going to go. That's the 18 of Jason Powell that they're putting a 2nd lap down.
Actually, Tony, I'm looking at Texas car and the car chase view, and that front right wheel is a little exposed there, so I think you got some right side damage.
It's behind the hood then, because his hood does not have a crease in it. But anyways, just yeoman's work right now from Mark Arthur as he continues to show the way, and he did just clinch most laps led. So Arthur, Baumgarten, Paulson, Bills, Kilrow, your top 5. As there is an 11-second gap from Sam Baumgarten.
Oh, Texas recovered.
And that's the fun part about the safer barriers here in iRacing is if you catch a seam in one of the safer barriers here just right, and Hoot, I know you've seen this happen in the Indy cars, it'll throw the car at warp speed across the track.
I actually took a video the other night in an official race where I hit that pole and it froze me right there and spun the car around. You know how you get frozen? You either get frozen or you get thrown in the air.
Baumgarten with a run off of 4, going to look low coming off of 2. Thinks better of it as Arthur gets a better drive off the 2. Baumgarten's making up all his time in 3 and 4. Arthur is better in 1 and 2 though. So the teammates, each one better at a different end of the track. Arthur shows the way right now. Baumgarten with a run closes right back up to the back bumper of Mark Arthur as they work their way through 1 and 2. And you know, Arthur's better in the wider portion of the track. Baumgarten a little bit better on the tighter portion of the track, as they are coming up to put another lap, or put a lap on Brian McRae, who was, or currently is the last car on the lap, about to go a lap down here. So,
yeah, and they're catching Tex right now. And I know Tex is not happy with the car right now because, like I said, after that contact, he spun it around a little bit, and now he's just not really keeping pace.
well, when you spin the car, you're definitely wearing the tires out.
But that damn out turning, he's got damn right side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Got the right front exposed.
Definitely, and he's got the front version of what McRae is dealing with. As Arthur looks to the inside, and he better get this pass done quickly, as he has his teammate all over the back of him. And that was a scary moment for Baumgarten, as he caught the apron going into 1, and that car just skated right up the track. So Yeoman's work to keep the car off the wall and still clean as a whistle is Sam Baumgarten, who's currently sitting in 2nd. And Mark Arthur, that let him get a little bit more of an advantage, as stretches that lead out to almost a half a second. And Kevin O'Brien taking it pit side.
And I'm hearing on the radio that he hit the wall and just got the unsafe finish also.
So, to add injury to insult, Kevin O'Brien going to have to sit in his pit stall for a little bit as he comes in to get some Mr. Feelgoods under that Sunoco number 84.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that's going to be. Drop to the end, or I think he's going to have to come out and green.
No,
come in
no,
and serve
no.
a penalty.
No,
or just sit there.
He's going to sit in his pit stall.
Yeah, just sit there.
That's a I believe unsafe pit entry is a 30-second hold. So the field kind of strung out right now, as Tim Bills collects the turn 4 wall again. As here comes Tex Perry, or is that Dalton Kilrow? No, that's... No, that was Doug Thompson with a head of steam. Not on the same lap. Although that's Thompson reeling Bills a little bit. As Arthur starting to stretch his legs now. A second and a half to the good over second place Mark Arthur, as he comes up on the back of the boss, Tex Perry, getting ready to put him a lap down.
Yeah, Tex is a little loose right there, and I know he's not happy right now. He's probably ready to take it down. And I'm looking up, and everybody's out on 19 tires right now. So, and also, we're 150 laps in, and you also got to, driving fatigue.
Oh, yeah. And this track will beat you up. This is probably one of the most demanding tracks on the circuit, and I say that without hesitation or reservation, simply because this is the road course equivalent to an oval, or an oval equivalent to a road course. This track is actually more demanding mentally than Martinsville. It's more demanding mentally than Bristol. It's more demanding mentally than Sonoma. It's more demanding mentally than running a pack at Talladega, where you're 3 wide for 2 hours. This track will beat you. up.
Just the
Because
way it's built, and again, we talked about the symmetry of the track. You have to be thinking which turn am I on all the time. All these turns aren't even.
yeah, it's what they call an asymmetric track, where it's deceiving, and it is very easy to get lost. But in if we can go into an in-car, matter of fact, if we can go to the helmet cam on Mark Arthur, you can see just yes, it looks wide, but wait till he gets through the corners. It's very narrow between that white dotted line, which tells you where the apron is, and the retaining wall. It's like driving down a hallway, especially in 3 and 4.
Yeah, as you said before, 2/3 of this track, look at that white line, it just used up on the back there. You can't use the rest of it. You can use it a little bit, but you got to be careful.
Well, I mean, if you got the car over tight, you can dip a tire there to try to loosen the car up, but you got to be careful doing that because it will burn the tires off. As Kevin O'Brien does that and has to chase the car down the hill. But we were talking earlier, Hoot, that this track was as Mark Arthur gets into the wall in 3 and 4. That's gonna not help his case, as Sam Baumgarten going to be able to reel him in now. But we were talking earlier, Kevin and I were, that this track was originally designed that the racing surface was supposed to be on the inside portion of that dotted line, and then everything else was supposed to be runoff for safety. And drivers during the first practice session realized, hey, if I run up here, I can carry a whole lot more speed than you guys can down there, so I'm just going to run up here.
Yeah, and I'm not absolutely totally familiar with this track, but I take your word on how it's evolved. But the tracks do evolve. It's just like we're going to Richmond next week. Richmond was originally a half-mile track, and probably
a half-mile dirt track when it first started.
Yeah, and then 25 years ago they extended it out and made it a 3/4 mile track. But the tracks evolved. This one, and like you said, this one was not originally designed for this, so that's why it looks tight and it looks weird. The corners look weird because if you know anything about the way the older tracks were built, they weren't thinking about these high-speed bank turns back when they were racing in the day. They just were thinking about like I said, a lot of dirt and a lot of flat track racing. And they would throw some turns in there, but it didn't matter a lot. But now we see what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Mark Arthur right now, as he hauls off into turn number 1, is 170 miles an hour. Back when this track first started, if you would have told somebody, yeah, somebody's going to haul off into turn number 1 at 170 miles an hour, they would have told you were nuts. And, but this track, I'm glad it's back in its rightful place on Labor Day weekend.
Absolutely.
And it believe me, I got, no qualms against the group that put the race at California for a couple of years, but the Southern 500 is a Labor Day tradition. It's like Indy this year was weird not being on Memorial Day weekend. It's that type of deal. So there's just so much history at this facility.
And there are so many tracks that are gone now. I was actually watching looking at Bandit the other night, and I was like, when they had the sign up there, I think it actually said Southern 500. And I had to remember what track that was at Atlanta, and that was the Lake track, Lake Speed track, I think it was called. That's gone now, but
and look for Mark Arthur to come pit side relatively soon, because he just got passed by Jason Powell, who has fresher tires.
Yeah, they're out on 31 now. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. This is probably going to be the one. Well, man, you think 31 in right now with what do they got? 36 to go. It's kind of weird. This might be the money stop.
Well, Mark Arthur looks like he's trying to stretch it as far as he can to make that money stop the money stop. But I dare say that anybody that's already pitted is going to have to come back pit side at least one more time.
And again, look at Tex go. Props to Tex for just maintaining and doing what he's got to do. He's a lap down, but I mean, he's
not anymore.
Oh no, he just got it back, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He got it back the hard way.
I mean, he's doing everything. We're going to see if he takes it. I hope he does get back repair. We'll see, because we know he's got damage on the right side.
So, Tex Perry on fresh tires, 2 seconds a lap quicker than Mark Arthur on 30-lap old tires.
That's what you got to be thinking right now. If I'm Tex Perry, am I hitting ahead of Mark, or am I waiting on him? Where am I going to get that advantage?
Tex has already gone pit side. Tex is on fresh tires. So is Tim Bills.
I'm showing Tex out only by 3 laps.
Okay.
I'm showing Tex out on 31, and Mark is out on 34.
Then Mark Arthur is trying to stretch this. Mark Arthur is, and he's going pit side this time. Sam Baumgarten already in, trying to get the undercut on his teammate.
Oh, that was a little hard coming in. Mark may have sped a little bit there.
Who is that? Caution's going to be coming out here. That's Doug Thompson sitting sideways on the front stretch.
Oh, wow.
No, we stay green.
If you're down enough on that apron, it'll often stay green.
I know Mark saw that out of his left window, and he had to be shitting his pants.
Oh, yeah. As, now, mind you, Sam Baumgarten already down and away. Mark Arthur in his pit stall now. And we talk about it all the time on the road course. Did Baumgarten get the undercut? We're about to find out as he's coming out of 4. Mark Arthur down and away. Baumgarten at speed. Arthur's got to stay down under that yellow line until he gets to the back straightaway. There's Sam Baumgarten up on the banking. And they come out almost identical. So Baumgarten did pick up some track position over his teammate as they're side by side hauling off into turn number 3. Tex Perry stays out to get the lap lead. No, actually, he already got the lap lead. So Tex Perry trying to make sure that this is his money stop. And I believe Dalton Kilroe doing the same thing. Kilroe in. Perry coming in now. That's going to hand the lead of the race back over to Mark Arthur as he's flashing through 3 and 4. Baumgarten right there with him. And Tex Perry's got to be just gritting his teeth right now as there goes Arthur to flash by to take the lead back over. Baumgarten flashes on the low side. And that's going to promote Tim Bills up into 3rd.
You know, and just another note for the viewers that are there that when we're talking about the quality of drivers here, the strength of field tonight is what we call I rating. It's 2404. That is a very impressive I rating for the strength of field tonight. And I kind of stink because I'm about 1200, and so I'm way out of my class here. That's why I stink so bad. That's why these guys are driving so well, and you haven't seen a lot of cautions.
As Doug Thompson getting one of his laps back the hard way. And you got to wonder, is Sam Baumgarten sandbagging right now as we are closing in on 25 to go? Arthur shows the way 2 seconds to the good.
If he's sandbagging. He needs to get moving because he's getting past right now. Maybe he can get back and get a draft here.
It's Tim Bills.
And he's in the wall.
And Tim Bills into the wall. Baumgarten not seeing any damage on the right side of the 53. Maybe just a little bit of a crinkle on the right rear fender. Not a huge one, just a little bit flatter than it should be. As Arthur continues to show the way, 2 seconds to the good over Baumgarten. And we are getting ready to start lap 175 of 200. So 26 laps to go. And still waiting on the answer to tonight's trivia question. And that would be who drove the Purolator number 10 in the Cup Series that Bentley Glazer did a tribute scheme to tonight. Number 10 Cup car won the Daytona 500. Who drove that car in the real world? First person to answer that question right gets a free paint scheme of an iRacing car of their choice, as business picking up front. Baumgarten right there with Arthur. They touched going across the start-finish line, and I don't see any damage on either car, so just very light contact as throw a blanket over your top four. Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Tim Bills, Derek Paulson. All three Sweet 16 members. As Paulson to the inside of Bills as they come off of 4. That's your battle for third. That's your battle for the final podium spot. And Paulson just full send it going into 1.
Yeah, that was an awesome move there. Tim backed off there. I think he thought he was going up in the wall.
And normally, yeah, that's what you're going to see is somebody's going to go full send it mode, catch the apron, and just shoot up the track. So Tim Bills, discretion being the better part of valor, knowing that we are closing in on 20 to go, plenty of time left to make up some ground, as Kevin O'Brien has put it on the hauler. As Mark Arthur continues to show the way. Most laps led. 1 stage number 1, 1 stage number 2. Sam Baumgarten, his teammate, took the pole tonight, currently sits in second. As these guys have about a second and a half lead over third place Derek Paulson, their teammate, in third.
Got a little lap traffic over here. Let's see if they're advantage.
That looks like the 13 of Doug Thompson that they are coming up on, and it is. So
I've been in that position so many times, and you do not want to be that guy.
As Thompson has to chase it down the hill, goes right to the apron to get the hell out of their way. Knew they were coming. Uh-oh. Arthur a little bit, so Baumgarten's got to chase it down the hill coming out of 4. That's going to let Mark Arthur get a little bit more distance on him. Baumgarten going to have to reel him in again as we are 19 to go. Mark Arthur continues to show the way. Baumgarten sits in second. This field very strung out right now. And Tim Bills just took a pit side. As working lap 183, going through turns 3 and 4. Mark Arthur, second to the good over his teammate, Sam Baumgarten, who is a second and a half to the good over his teammate, Derek Paulson, who is 10 seconds to the good over his teammate, Dalton Kilrow. Anybody notice a common theme here? As Tim Bill's out on track right now on his out lap. Fresh tires for Bills, and he's going to have to do yeoman's work to try to reel in Brian McRae in the 00. As Mark Arthur has Bills in his sights. Houston is a little bit of a drafting help, as it's a 1.36 miles around this joint, and you can get a good draft. The only thing is you got to be careful in the tight turns of 3 and 4, because it can shoot you into the wall, because aero push is a real thing. Sam Baumgarten's trying to reel in Mark Arthur as we are 15 to go. We're going to stay up front here as Baumgarten's starting to reel Arthur in. These tires are got to be screaming right now as they're about 15 laps on the set. Arthur continuing to show the way. Baumgarten sits in second. Paulson in third. Kilrow fourth. And the Boss Tex Perry rounding out your top 5. They are the only cars on the lead lap. Brian McRae in 6th, 1 lap down. Tim Bills 1 lap down in 7th. Doug Thompson 3 laps down in 8th. Jason Powell 4 laps down in 9th. And Nick Okier, the last car, still running in 10th, 9 laps down. And that's the 00 McRae taking the pit side. That's going to hand 6th place over to Tim Bills. As Jason Powell gets out of the way of the leaders, goes right down to the apron. As he is 4 laps down and just does not want to be part of, doesn't want to be that guy. And we all know what we're talking about by that guy. He just gets out of the way of Arthur on the backstretch, gets out of the way of Baumgarten on the front stretch. Just trying to keep that car nice and clean and not get in anybody's way. He's battling for position right now, as he's got a lock on 9th place. So top 10 finish for Jason Powell. All things considered, the track too tough to tame. You can't fault that type of performance. But the class of the field tonight, right now, Mark Arthur showing the way. Most laps led. Baumgarten sits in second, starting to reel him in. Actually, I take that back. Baumgarten's starting to lose ground, as it looks like he's getting a little bit loose coming off of 2. So if Baumgarten made any adjustments under that last green flag stop, he may have either gone too far or the wrong way. I'm not sure which yet. As Mark Arthur looks like he may have saved a little more tire towards the end of this thing, as we are 10 laps to go. Arthur shows the way. Baumgarten sits in second. Paulson in third. And then you are 8 seconds back to Dalton Kilrow in 4th.
Well, at this point, Sam is getting into the mentality. I think that I'm looking at him. At this point, you're thinking, I'm not going to get this guy. What's behind me? I need to drive and just save, keep what I got.
And being as this is the first round of the Sweet 16, that's probably the best course of action. As Baumgarten eats the wall from 1 and 2.
He does. That's what I was saying. Right now, he's got to be thinking, I just need to maintain.
Completely pancaked the side of that Dr. Squatch, number 53. As, he's got a 7-second gap between himself and his teammate Derek Paulson in third. And he is now losing ground to Mark Arthur. And exactly, Paulson's gaining ground.
Mark's putting on a clinic. And when he's doing that, you're not going to catch him. Sam already knows that, so that's what he's got to be thinking. And Mark's in the wall a little bit.
In the wall a lot bit. He just rode the entire turn 4 wall, and he is way off the pace.
And I'm going to tell you this about that wall. Sometimes it might not want to let you go. If you get into it, you have to be real careful coming out of it because it'll throw you down.
Well, we are 7 laps to go right now, and that's a whole new ball game as both Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten have pancaked the side of their ride. And that has let Baumgarten reel Arthur back in as we are 6 to go now, and Baumgarten's going to have a shot at him.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at tires right now. I mean, they're all out basically on 27, 28 on the tires. So, yeah, it's getting a little tight.
And from the looks of it, Mark Arthur may have burned the right rear off the car, and Sam Baumgarten may have burned the right front off the car. So,
I mean, yeah, you got to think at this point, they're both probably letting off a bit. Mark's going to be thinking, okay, I got enough on this guy to stay ahead. I already know, I saw in my mirror that he pancaked the wall too, so I want to just do just enough to just keep him back.
as we are 5 to go, coming to 4 to go this time, as that's Tex Perry in front of Mark Arthur. He's starting to reel in the boss. Put him a lap down. That'll leave 4 on the lead lap. Question is, does Arthur have enough time to do it? As we are 4 to go, Mark Arthur continues to show the way. 2 seconds to the good over Sam Baumgarten. Arthur has just put on a clinic tonight in the Jerry Nadeau throwback of the Powerpuff Girls Cartoon Network ride. Sam Baumgarten representing the Dr. Squatch brand with the tribute scheme to Tim Richmond, and Derek Paulson running an old Kenny Bernstein Racing Quaker State tribute Dr. Squatch number 6 tonight. So, anyone notice a common theme of the top 3? Actually, top 4. As Dalton Kilroe running the Dr. Squatch number 41 currently sits in 4th, and Tex Perry, the last car on the lead lap, in 5th, driving the only Toyota tonight. As popsicle sticks are out for your leader, Mark Arthur, 2 laps to go. Just over 2 miles now. Arthur's got to keep it clean as he's got a 2.2 second lead over Sam Baumgarten.
And you have to wonder, if Sam had not pancaked that wall before Mark did, what would happen?
There's a lot of what ifs. You know, what if I could have gotten with Boot Baker earlier in the week and gotten him a good setup? See what I did there? As the white flag is out, and Mark Arthur has to chase down the hill coming off a 2. Looks like Tex Perry is going to finish on the lead lap, as Mark Arthur right there with him, coming off a 4. Mark Arthur going to come home with the victory. Sam Baumgarten going to hang on for 2nd. And Derek Paulson making his way through 3 and 4 now, coming out of turn number 4, and completes the sweep of the podium. So Paulson coming home with the victory. As just putting on a complete driving clinic. Most laps led. 1 stage 1, 1 stage 2. Qualified on the outside of row number 1. Your victor tonight, winner of round 1 of the round of Sweet 16. We are joined now by Mr. Mark Arthur. Mark, congratulations, sir.
You got me?
I got you now, sir. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. The risk of killing me. Oh, as I'm an old man.
I'd imagine so. Talk us through what went through your mind there in the closing laps as You completely flattened the right side of the Jerry Nadeau tribute scheme, the Cartoon Network Powerpuff Girls number 12.
Oh, I had Sam on my back, and that other new guy, I forget what his name was. The number 8.
That would be Bentley Glazer. I'm talking towards the closing end of the
he's
race.
pretty fast. I hope he comes back. He's fast. I mean, he didn't have that long run speed, but he was pretty damn fast, and he worried me to death there in the second stage. Sam worried me a little bit in the first stage, and then he fell off. I knew I had him long run if I could just hold him off, and Sam made a couple of mistakes. He got in the wall one time and let me get around him there pretty easy. So, well, I threw some blocks on him. He could have threw one on me and didn't. I appreciate him racing clean.
Well, Mark, I mean, Darlington, you just put on a clinic tonight. As we move forward, we're going to Richmond next week. Your thoughts going from the 1.36 mile track down to 3/4 mile?
Well, short tracks are my thing, but Tim Bills will be tough there too. Jason Powell, as a matter of fact, he loves racing late model stuff, so he'll probably be pretty good there. I'm sure Sam and Dalton are probably all going to be good too. We just took a top flight, first, second, third, fourth. That's pretty good. I think we did that last week too. But I don't know. Short tracks are my thing. Richmond, Martinsville, those are going to be. Even though I hate Richmond, I seem to be pretty good there. And Martinsville, I'm always good at. But Tim Bills is too. We'll see how it goes. I'm glad to get the win out of the way for this segment. At least I can relax a little bit and have fun at Richmond instead of pushing my guts out. So now I'll be trying to get some of my teammates wins, Sam or somebody else like that. I'll be trying to get them up there to get them into the next segment. So, I just want to thank Dr. Squatch, of course, best soap in the world. If anybody ever wants to use soap, use code TOPFLIGHT for 20% off any order. Best soap in the world. And I want to thank Michael Falk, Race Designs. If anybody wants a paint scheme, he did this paint scheme in an hour. He threw it together real quick for me for a throwback scheme. I mean, that's amazing. Next week I'll be debuting my new Dr. Squatch theme that he made for me. That guy is just amazing.
All right. Well, again, Mark, congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. And go call Mom and tell her what you did.
Shout out to my mom and sister too if they were in there. I'm not sure if they were tonight.
I did not see them.
Hey, Mark.
I'm gonna have to get on them.
Mark, this is Kevin Cunyu in the broadcast booth. I just want to apologize. We're having some technical difficulties with trading paints, and your custom paints aren't loading up
Oh, goodness. Do you have hide car numbers checked?
Yep.
No.
No, it's unchecked.
You have to have that checked.
I'll do that real quick.
Always have hide car numbers checked because you won't see custom number schemes if you don't have that checked.
Yeah, let's get that checked real quick there.
By the way, the broadcast looked way better last week from the first week. I mean, that was a huge improvement last week with I guess you turned your graphics up and everything. That looked a lot better.
And there it is, the Dr. Squatch Powerpuff Girls number 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I used to race I don't know if you remember, Tony. I used to race a Powerpuff Girl scheme.
Yep.
A long time ago before the My Little Pony and stuff. So I figured it'd be it's a Jerry Nadeau throwback. I know this year's theme's supposed to be past champions, but hey, this year's went to hell anyway. So, I figured I didn't need to follow it. At least it's a throwback. I think he drove the number 9.
Yep.
So in 1998, but at least it was a throwback. It was, pink. It was similar to what I used to drive, so it's like a double throwback. So I figured, pretty good one. So.
Absolutely. So Mark, we'll let you celebrate with your team. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week in Richmond.
Thanks, Tony. We'll see you.
So that was Mark Arthur joining us now, your regular season champion, pole sitter tonight, and podium finisher, driving the, I believe, Tim Richmond tribute scheme. Dr. Squatch number 53, of course, we were talking about Mr. Sam Baumgarten. Sam, I know it wasn't the finish you were hoping for, but all things considered, you survived the track Too Tough to Tame and put it on the podium.
Yeah, it was. It's just another night. I thought I had something for Mark, but his car was just too good long run. Ours kind of fell off about mid run or so, and that's when he started to pull away. And yeah, thought we had something for him, but it's still long playoffs. We'll get there.
Well, moving forward, the series moves to Richmond next week. Your thoughts as we go from the 1.36 to the 3/4 mile there?
I mean, we're going to another driver track, so Mark's going to excel there. I know he hates Richmond, so I might have a chance, but we're just going to have to put into work this week, build a decent setup, and try and give him a run for his money.
All right, fair enough. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, yeah, thank Dr. Squatch. Use promo code TOPFLIGHT for 20% off any order over $20. I want to shout out Michael Falk Racing Designs. You can hit him up on Facebook. He did this paint for my car. It's actually a Mark Martin throwback from his Folgers car from back in the day.
Oh, I had the right sponsor.
Yeah, it was Mark Martin is who I was throwing it back to. So big shout out to Michael Falk for throwing this paint together. It sucks that I'm only going to use it once, but at least we put on a good show with it. Got some Darlington stripes there on the side of the car a couple of times, but nothing too bad. Top Flight Racing, of course, you guys for broadcasting, Tex for putting this on. That's really about it, man.
All right, Sam, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next week in Richmond.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And joining us now, rounding out the podium, driving the tribute to, I believe, Kenny Bernstein Racing Quaker State, the Dr. Squatch number 5. That's, of course, Derek Paulson. Derek, you survived the track Too Tough to Tame. You put it on the podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't expect to even race tonight. I got here at the very last minute with no practice, no setup, no nothing, and was pretty pleased with how the race went. Drove the car as best as I could, and feels pretty good to get on a podium.
Well, talk us through what went through your mind when you got informed that you were going to have to take an EOL, regardless of where you put the car after qualifying.
Oh, I knew that that's the rules. I think I got in the session like a minute before qualifying, so I knew I was going to go to the back. I just ran qualifying laps to actually run a lap around the track because I had not ran a lap until qualifying. And so yeah, like I said, for someone who just came in here blindly, I'll take third every day.
Well, moving forward, the series goes to Richmond next week. Your thoughts going to that D-shaped demon that is the Richmond International Speedway?
It's I don't mind it. I actually like Richmond. I just depends on what kind of setup I can put together, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good race. It was, again, to go. How many laps? 200 laps tonight with only one caution here. That's pretty good. Thought the whole league did really good tonight driving this hard track.
Absolutely. As Derek, you remember the Sweet 16, and Top Flight sweeping the top 4 spots. You got to be happy with the performance that your team put on tonight.
Yep. Yeah, we have a good team. We're all pretty close. We like to give each other a bad time here and there. And we just enjoy racing with each other. It's fun every week. We go out and race, and some of us race multiple leagues together, and we just always seem to have a good time when we're out there on the track together.
All right, fair enough. Derek, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Well, I got to thank Dr. Squatch on the car again tonight. If you go out to drsquatch.com and use the promo code TOPFLIGHT, you will get a discount on your first purchase of soap, and it's good soap. I use it all the time. I got to thank MF Racing Designs for painting my car. It does a great job of putting stuff together for us. And I got to thank my teammates and thank the league admins here, and I thank you guys up in the booth.
All right. Derek Paulson, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next week in Richmond.
Yeah, thank you.
So real quick, we're going to go through our finishing order. Mark Arthur coming home with the victory. Sam Baumgarten in second place. Derek Paulson hanging on for third. Dalton Kilroe coming home in fourth. The boss, Tex Perry, rounding out your top five. Tim Bills in sixth. Seventh going to Brian McCrae. Eighth is Doug Thompson. Jason Powell coming home in ninth. Nick Okier, not the night he was hoping for, but rounding out your top 10. Kevin O'Brien in 11th. Bentley Glazier in 12th. Boot Baker in 13th. And Jason Anderson, the last car to take the green, in 14th. We're done. So stick a fork in me, kids, because I'm going to go sleep until it's time to broadcast at Richmond, because I am kind of spent after that one. I was only up here in the booth with Kevin and my good buddy Hoot here. We will see you next time, and the only thing that's left to say is, Ma, come get me. I am done.